So let's talk about the after effects of Dembele leaving, because we know that it is basically official that Dembele will no longer be a Barcelona player. And let's talk about that, right? Because there are going to be massive movements that will be taking place within the club because of his exit. So the way that I am going to be formatting this video is talk about exactly what is currently going on in the operation of Dembele, and then later in the video we're also going to be talking about who can come in and who Barcelona is paying attention to. So first, let's talk about Dembele, because it does say here, according to multiple sources, that previously Barcelona wanted to offer Gavi, Dembele, and Rafinha to PSG in order to get Kylian Mbappe. But like about an hour later, or like 2 hours later, it was debunked. That rumor was just completely false. The only reason why reports from France were saying stuff like this is because they just want to, in a way, mock or embarrass FC Barcelona. Barcelona would never do such a thing. We know that we would never sell our core group of players just to get one individual. We're not like that. We talked about before on how Joao Laporta said that we stand by playing as a collective, going for the team first and not rely on just individuals. There's no reason for us to let go of 2 or 3 very key and important players for one great world-class player. It just wouldn't make no sense for this club. So it's completely false. Don't worry about Barcelona letting go of Gavi, Rafinha, and Dembele for Kylian Mbappe. It's false, and it has been debunked by Ben Ayad, someone who is very close to FC Barcelona. As for Dembele's decision, Gerard Romero has also stated that Dembele is now 100% out of Barcelona. The club is very disappointed with his decision. They feel that they were completely blindsided and tricked, and that the player deceived Xavi Hernandez. And that's exactly how we feel, right? We feel like we have been betrayed. We thought that Dembele was going to stay here for like another 3 to 4 to 5 years. And we said that because Dembele did say many things in the past 7 months about how he dreams of winning a Champions League with Barcelona, that he believes that Barcelona is the correct club for him, and that he's only focused on the renewal with the club. He literally said things like this to the media. And so for him to say stuff like that, but only for us to find out that behind the scenes he was planning on a move to PSG with his agent, is just straight betrayal. And like I have said before, and I'm going to stand by this, the only reason why he is moving to PSG is because of the money. If we compare both projects of PSG and Barcelona, Barcelona is headed towards the right direction, and their project is currently at a much higher level compared to PSG. And most importantly, Dembele was part of this important project, but he decided to leave. And so I just don't like, if he ever says that he thinks that PSG is a better team and that PSG sportingly looks like the correct fit, it's a lie. There's no reason to believe that. So because of this, Barcelona are agreeing with the negotiations that need to take place in order to complete this exit. It does say here, according to Rack 1, that Barcelona agrees to negotiate with PSG for the exit of Dembele. If they present a good offer within the next 5 days, he can leave. And so I have seen many reports about how it is going to be taking a long time for this whole operation to be completed. Obviously, this is what we all want, and this is what Joao Laporta wants, because if we continue to work on this deal for the next 36 hours, that would mean that his value is only going to increase by another 50 million euros, right? His transfer fee will increase by another 50, because right now he's worth 50 million euros. Once we head towards August 1st, Barcelona will be able to negotiate around the ranges of 95 to 100 million euros, which would be a great thing to see. We need funds like that. Now, keep in mind though, like I know how we talked about that if we agree on a deal and everything's fully completed within the next 4 to 5 hours, 50% of the sale is going to go to the agent and the player. But if we do complete the deal in about 4 or 5 days, right, and we sell them for 100 million euros, still 20 to 25% of that sale is going to go to the agent, because the agent in the end do get commission off of any sales they do make between a player and a club. So if Barcelona successfully sell them for 100 million euros, we would gain around a total of 70 to 75 million euros net, and we can use that money for whatever we need to do. As for his participation, usually we tend to like not bring players into our squad when we know that they're not going to be with us in the next 2 or 3 days, but he is going to be traveling with us to Las Vegas to play the game against AC Milan, but he won't play against AC Milan. Xavi Hernandez is a coach that really does stand by whoever does want to stay will play, and whoever is considering of leaving or wants to leave will not play, regardless of who that player is. And that is why Dembele will not play, and most likely we could probably see Rafinha start and then maybe have Lamine Yamal get more minutes, which is always very exciting. So because of all of these complications, and because now we know that Barcelona will be receiving a lot of funds, and also we're going to be increasing the wage bill, right? Our gap is going to be even higher by a total of 14.5 million euros, or I believe it was 24.5 million euros. We're going to be able to fit more players into the wage bill and actually have the funds to sign the player and give the clubs the money that they are asking for. So one of the after effects that Barcelona is going to be looking at is going to be Vitor Roque. We know that previously Vitor was originally supposed to join join us in January 2024, or worst case scenario, he joins us in the summer of 2024, mainly because we had wage margin issues and because our funds were not so great. But with this exit, it has been confirmed coming from Cat Radio that Vitor Roque can join this summer if Dembele is sold. And for us to see Vitor this summer would be massive. It would be massive because I would love to see this guy make his debut in La Liga in the first 1 to 2 games. If there is going to be something that we will definitely need by the summer of 2024, with Lewandowski almost turning 36, 37 years old, is a brand new, young, talented striker, and that player will be Vitor. You look at his form right now with his current club, he's scoring so many goals. He is really showing that he wants to show to the world that he is here to make a massive impact in Europe. And so he looks hungry, and I like that. Another after effect that we could see is Bernardo Silva also joining us this summer. It says here, according to Gerard Romero, that in the last few hours, Xavi has reached out to Bernardo Silva to let him know to keep waiting, and that Barcelona is working to sign him. And so I strongly believe that Bernardo Silva will be our next signing. Besides Vitor, maybe they might go for Vitor only because like his operation is already completed, but like our first official signing post Dembele exit will be Bernardo Silva. My question is, like, again, like I don't know what Barcelona is going to prioritize after Dembele's exit. Like, I have seen so many reports about Barcelona going for a right back instead of going for Bernardo Silva first, and so we don't know. I think that Bernardo Silva will come first only because they want to find the direct replacement to Dembele immediately and fast, and it's going to ease the anxiety within the club. And so speaking about potentially going for a right back first, another after effect that we will be seeing, and we have definitely talked about multiple times, is Barcelona going for either Fresneda or Cancelo. Now, you know what's so interesting is that I'm starting to feel like Barcelona could go for both. The question is though, who are they going to go for first? Now, to get one thing very clear, Barcelona will try and achieve the operation of Fresneda, but their idea right now is to bring him in and then send him on loan and bring him back to first team football, because right now he is in the second division and Barcelona do not want to see. They're like, okay, like, we're gonna do you a favor, we're gonna bring you in, you're gonna be a Barcelona player, and we're also going to loan you out and maybe take you to Atletico Madrid, or maybe take you to Valencia, or maybe take you to Real Sociedad, only because I know that you want to play in first team football. And so in a way, Barcelona is rescuing Fresneda from playing second division football. It's crazy, right? And so Barcelona have made their offer already. It says here that Barcelona have offered 8 million euros fixed plus 10 million euros in variables for Ivan Fresneda. Real Valladolid are preparing a counter offer to see if the fee can be increased. All parties do want a resolution quickly, and negotiation sources convey that there is optimism that the transfer can be closed. Despite Fresneda not generating total consensus, Deco's insistence has been key to Barcelona launching an offensive. The Valladolid defender has been one of his main objectives since his arrival and fits perfectly into his idea of renewing the squad and giving youngsters a flight. The next hours will be decisive, and Barcelona hope to seal the deal as soon as possible. And again, this is according to Relevo. And Barcelona also hope that they can complete the operation of Fresneda this week. Now, like I have said, Barcelona want to bring in Fresneda, and depending on how he is, but I feel like this is going to be the main idea, they're going to send him out on loan. Barcelona will go for another right back if our resources do permit it, and that player is going to be Cancelo. It says here that Xavi wants a more experienced player, and Joao Cancelo's name is still on the table. Xavi has asked to postpone the Fresneda operation, and he wants to know how the Dembele situation does end. He wants to know this in order to know if there is going to be real options, like for example, bringing in Cancelo. If not, he can give the green light to sign the Valladolid defender Fresneda. So you can see that there is a lot of negotiations between Xavi Hernandez and the sporting department on debating what they should do with Fresneda and Cancelo. Right now, the whole idea, again, like I've said, and I want to make this very clear, is to bring in Fresneda, send him out on loan, and then go for Cancelo and have Cancelo be the main right back for FC Barcelona. There's also conversations about going for Cancelo first, bringing him in, and then focusing on Fresneda, and then again, it's just sending him out on loan. So it's very interesting, a lot of debating, a lot of negotiations. I understand like why you may seem like right now very confused on how everything is going on. There's a lot of debates and just a lot of conversations being held, because like again, this whole thing about Dembele leaving last minute and going to PSG really did in a way cause chaos in Barcelona's boardrooms, because now they have to figure out how is Dembele's exit going to change our summer sporting plan this summer. And that is why we sit here today with a lot of what ifs. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.